Hi, I am here with Raju Vagesna from Zoho. We are here to talk about improvements being made to Zoho One. Let's talk about integrations. One of the best things about Zoho is that all of the apps integrate with each other. Whenever a new app is introduced, it automatically integrates with all previous apps. What can you say about what is coming next for integrations within Zoho One?
Sure. One of the advantages of building these applications under the same platform is you can connect things in the back end and you can make applications seamlessly work with each other. And that's one of the things customers do love about Zoho's applications. And whenever you introduce a new application, that also means it opens up the possibility of integrating that application with 20, 30, or all the way to 50 applications. So all of a sudden, you don't know which application is connected to where. So now people wanted visibility into that because there are a lot of integrations possible and data is flowing seamlessly across the board. So to solve that, we are coming up with a new integration panel as part of the new Zoho One, where you go to the admin section, especially if you are an administrator. We have an integration section here where you see a summary of all the integrations. In this case, there are about 25 active integrations. And based on your usage, Zoho One also recommends a few integrations as well. Now, this is a home screen, but you can always go to the integrations tab and see which applications are integrated. And you can zoom into any of these single applications and you can configure integrations with other applications as well. This is looking at it on a per app level, but you can look at all integrations that are enabled and we can configure, deactivate, or activate any of these integrations as well. So when it comes to integrations, there is a Zoho to Zoho integrations, and that's what we are looking at. But then there are Zoho to third-party integrations, and of course there are third-party to third-party integrations. And the other two scenarios, that is Zoho to third-party and third-party to third-party, are powered by Zoho Flow. And we brought the flow here where you can integrate between Zoho and third parties and enable these integrations and create your own integrations here across hundreds of third parties as well. And of course, some of the integrations that are in the marketplace can also be enabled. So the idea is to bring all the integrations that we have and provide access in a single place for the user. So that's one form of integration, but then there are other forms of integrations as well. These are fundamental plumbing works. For example, there's a concept called portals. Let's say you're shopping on an e-commerce website. And as a customer, if you're a regular customer, they'll ask you to create an account. You create an account where you manage your orders, your addresses, your credit card information, all of that. That's called a portal. So you do that for your e-commerce portal. Then let's say you're making payments to someone else. Typically that requires another portal. And like you, let's say, go to your doctor. The doctor has a portal. You can manage your information, your insurance information, and typically that is a portal to a CRM system. The same way you may have a portal for other systems as well, whether it is a finance system, whether it is a customer service ticketing system where you want to know the status of your ticket. There are tens of such systems that have a separate portal for each of those systems. And we said that's a challenging way to do it. What if we can bring all of these portals and unify them? Of course, within Zoho, we have over 10 applications that require a portal. But if we combine that with the third party applications, there are a lot of third party portals as well. And then some of these custom applications that you may have created will also have its own portal. What if we bring all of those portals here under a single umbrella? And that's why we are also introducing the concept of portals in Zoho One, where you can manage your clients, manage portals for various applications. You can add a third party application to the mix. You customize your portal and do all of that. So that's the second major uh, addition to the integrations part. Then there's a third one, which is boring yet useful. That is, I call it the domains. Not everyone is going to be an expert in domain. Right? Let's say you register a domain for your business. Most people do not know what a CNAME is, what a SPF record is, what's a DCIM record is.
Okay.
Too technical,
Yes.
right? But if you want to host a website, you need to verify and add a CNAME. If you need to send out a marketing email for your business, you need your email transactions that are sent out has to be verified. The SPF records and DKM, all of those have to be verified, and you have to do it for every single time. What if we unify everything? That's where we have come up with a domain unification here, where you can select a domain and where you can verify your domain. You can verify the sender details, the DKM and SPF authentication. All of these are done in one central place. And then no matter how many applications you use, all of those will be authenticated without you having to do it individually in each of these applications.
Okay.
You unified the domains. Boring, yet extremely useful.
Boring to some, but what the common theme about all of this is everything in one place means that everything becomes simplified and therefore time is saved, business is saved. And whether you're a Zoho customer or a customer of a Zoho customer, you will have a smoother experience.
Totally. It's like you get into your room or you get into your house, you have a lock in the main door. Now, if you need a lock to get into every single room, that's going to be challenging. So with if the centralized domain unification, it's like you're verifying your authenticity at the entrance of the house. You don't need to do that when you enter every single room.
Yes.
Currently, that is the case, not just within Zoho, but pretty much in the industry. We are trying to unify all of this so that once your authenticity and you're identified and authenticated, then that becomes pretty straightforward. And that's what we are doing. Particularly, it gets really technical. In fact, we also taken it one step further. That verification can be really, really simple. We are partnered with GoDaddy here, and all you need to do is, if you are verifying that you own the domain within Zoho, you'll be prompted an option to also authenticate with GoDaddy. Once you do the authentication, we will configure it for you. So you don't even have to know what a CNAME is or what a DKM or SPF record is. We will do the work for you. All you need to do is verify it, approve it, and we'll make the changes. So making it really, really simple.
That is amazing.
So that's a good update to the integration. So these are a few other things. And then there is a few additional changes, particularly when it comes to outcome-based integrations. Let's say an employee is on board
Sure.
or an employee is off board. Let's say an employee leaves the company. Typically, if you go to an IT department, they have to do 10, 20 things when an employee leaves the company. On disabling applications that person has access to, removing that person from multiple groups that they may have access to. What do you do with that emails that particular user was receiving? Should you forward that to someone? So that has to be configured in the email system. What happens to all the documents they have created, which is typically a document storage system? What will happen to those documents? Does someone else get access to that? That's typically in a different system. What happens to the people that were reporting to him? Should they be reporting to someone else? That is typically in your HR system. What happens to the laptop or a phone you may have given? What happens to the data there? Should you remotely wipe that? If you look at the number of things you have to do when, let's say, somebody leaves the company, it's about 10 to 20 items. What we are doing is we are unifying all of these. So we have, let's say, an offboarding wizard in the context of Zoho One, where you'll be taken through the wizard and you'll be prompted with information saying that, hey, this particular employee has 3 other people reporting to him. Who should those 3 people be reporting to? And you can specify it and go one step at a time and complete the process. At the back end, it may require configuration in 10 different applications. We'll do it for you. You don't have to worry about it.
It's amazing.
Outcome based.
Everyone I know has been at a company where someone they worked with, someone they reported to has left, and there is always this trail of questions about like document permissions, getting access to things. So something like this really speaks to the value of just unifying everything across one platform.
The keyword is that unifying, and that's what we are trying to do. Whether it is unifying experience for all the integrations you already have in place within Zoho or outside Zoho, or unifying the portals that you may have, unifying the domain authentication, or unifying the offboarding experience. All of these are unified, to use that word again, and that is what we are trying to do. And to some extent, you can say that is the Zoho One experience. So it is simplification through unification.
Right. And the possibilities that exist from just putting everything in one place are things that seem very simple when you hear about it from you, but also are things that never felt possible until just putting something.
Totally. And there are a lot of such options that we are certainly rolling out and we are excited about and we're working on. So, again, this is the beginning and we are excited about what lies ahead.
I'm excited as well. Thank you, Raju.
Thank you.